You know, throughout this year, I've gotten my hands on a lot of really good fragrances. So many that this video would be absurdly long if I was to cover all of my favorites from what I've gotten from January 1st to this point. So today I just want to cover some of my favorite fragrances that I have gotten my hands on this year. So stay tuned. Before we jump into these fragrances, man, this just came in today. This is a new Stay Inspired Into the AM midweight bomber jacket. They got 4 different colors. This stuff is dope. Fits really, really good. I know this is going to be kind of loud right here, but very well insulated. Has that orange on the inside. It's a dope jacket. I'm pretty excited to get this one. I had to go with the black because I do have a camo colored American flag bomber jacket. It's pretty much this similar style jacket already, but I'll tell you what, it's just warm enough and it doesn't wear too heavy. It's perfect for the fall and the winter, especially depending on the climate you live in. And I'm about to head to Colorado, so I am super happy to have this jacket. If you're interested in jackets like this or any of the shirts that I wear from Into the AM, there's always a link below. Right now you're getting 20% off, and with 20% off, this jacket's only going to run you 50 bucks. Let's get into some fragrances. So with the first one, we just as soon jump into my favorite cheapie pickup of the year. A lot of you know exactly where this is going. Abercrombie and Fitch First Instinct Together. I love this fragrance. It's a combination of 3 fragrances that I absolutely enjoy. YEDT from YSL, the original First Instinct, and Invictus Aqua. It's fruity, it's aquatic, it's fresh, it's very ambroxan heavy. If you're okay with ambroxan, you'll dig this one. Not a long-lasting fragrance, but a very loud fragrance for the first 2 hours, at least off of my skin. I love this stuff so much, I actually have a backup 50 ml. Cheapie of the year in my opinion. 20 bucks will get you a 50 ml at the rack stores. Absolutely worth grabbing if you like similar style fragrances. I'm telling you, this is cheapie gold for 20 bucks, and definitely one of my favorite pickups of this year. Sticking with blue fragrances, this actually came out towards the beginning of the year, and it's actually my favorite version of Polo Blue now. Of course, I'm talking about Polo Deep Blue Parfum. I actually wore this to my stepson's high school graduation, so there's some sentimental memories that are going to be tied to this fragrance now. Now every time I smell it, I think about Brock's graduation, you know. Decent performer off of my skin. It's basically Polo Blue mixed with Dior Sauvage. 2 of my favorite fragrances ever, because I do love ambroxan heavy fragrances, and I do love Polo Blue and Polo Blue style fragrances. And as soon as it came out, it was easy to get testers at a really good price. That's what I did here. I got my hands on a 4.2 ounce tester, and it can get lost in the shuffle because so many blue fragrances based off ambroxan come out pretty much monthly. This is definitely one of my favorites of the more recent releases, and one that I'm glad to have, and I suggest you try if you like Dior Sauvage, Polo Blue, or both. Polo Deep Blue Parfum. Definitely one of my favorite floral pickups of this year. I was extremely excited to get my hands on this one as soon as I saw some Instagram posts of its release. I saw the note breakdown and I knew I had to have it. Of course, I'm talking about Juliette Has a Gun Lipstick Fever. I wore this recently. About 2 weeks ago was the last time I wore it. Oh man, that raspberry with the violet and the iris. It's beautiful. The patchouli and the cedar doesn't really come out till later. Adds a little bit of a masculine tinge. It's definitely very unisex, a little on the feminine side in the opening. But if you love iris, if you're an iris fragrance lover like this guy, you will like this. It's at least worth sampling. You can get your hands on samples from Twisted Lily, which is always linked below. I'll make sure to link this specific fragrance for you guys if you want to check it out. Get a sample and try it if you like floral fragrances, and especially if you're big in iris. Super happy to have this one. Juliette Has a Gun Lipstick Fever. These are 2 of the most anticipated releases for me all year. I knew they were coming for a long time. I kept my mouth shut, and I was really excited once I was able to really start talking about them. Zaharoff's 2 newest releases, Signature Noir, Signature Royale. These are fantastic. Pre-orders were crazy, but for the launch, they sold out within 2 weeks. He's actually doing a restock in about 2 weeks or so-ish. There's a waiting list right now. There's, you know, he's out, but he's going to be getting more. This stuff is popular, and for good reason. This has a much more similarity to the original, to Signature Pour Homme. They're both based off the Signature Pour Homme DNA, hence the name Signature Royale and Signature Noir. They are true flankers. You do smell the DNA in both. You smell the myrrh and the oud here. You get the lavender, heavy frankincense, myrrh, oud, stuff like that in here. This is a much more fresh, casual take on the DNA. It's lightened up quite a bit. It's a much lighter wear, whereas this is a bit more mysterious because it's heavier on that frankincense note. Both great performers, not beast mode projectors, but definitely fantastic long-lasting fragrances that are worth your attention. Zaharoff Signature Noir and Signature Royale. It's going to be 2 double ups back to back. We went back to back with 2 Zaharoffs. Now we're going back to back with 2 from Samy Andraus fragrances, Blue and Red Sapphire. A citrus aromatic take on Roger Parfum's Elysium. It takes out all the herbaceous and fougere qualities of the fragrance, leaves, you know, a little bit of pink pepper, the citruses and fruits, some cedar, and some leather. Takes all the herbaceous qualities out, and it's a beast. It's long-lasting, compliment machine. This, pretty much a spot-on rendition, a beast mode spot-on rendition of Baccarat Rouge 540 X-Straight, the red bottle. Samy's got several really good fragrances. He's got a few that I'm not a big fan of. He's got a lot of them out there. There's a lot of great options. There's a lot of versatility and variety from Samy Andraus fragrances, but these are the 2 must-haves in my opinion. Yes, they're based off of 2 more popular fragrances, but they're 2 really good versions of it, and these are must-haves to me. I'm so glad. I have backup bottles of both of these. These are my 2 favorites. That's why they're my 2 favorite pickups from Samy Andraus, because I have them all, and these stand tall above the rest. Night Party's really good. Iris Flame, Musk Flame, GS. Got a lot of good offerings, but in my opinion, these are must-have. So glad to have them. I was so excited for this next release that I actually paid full retail from the brand, okay? That should tell you how much I was excited to wear this one, and I haven't been wearing it lately. I need to spray this sucker. Viktor and Rolf Spicebomb Night Vision EDP. I love the way this stuff smells. This is such a better version of the Eau de Toilette. It's got so much more depth and character. It really does. The pistachio and the nutty notes and the depth of the higher oil concentration. This, God, Viktor and Rolf did great with this one. You know, I know nobody's really been talking about it since the release. I mean, I was talking about it a good bit around the release, and even I have been guilty of not talking about it much lately. And I haven't really been wearing it. I need to, because this was a stellar addition to the Spicebomb line, in my opinion. Not everybody's going to agree with me, and that's totally fine. This is just my favorite pickups of the year, and this had to be in this video because Spicebomb Night Vision EDP took what everybody complained about with the original and fixed it. The original didn't have performance issues. This performs even better than the EDT. The original was kind of a run-of-the-mill Invictus-y bubblegum, mass-appealing opening. Well, this still has a little bit of that, but much more depth and creaminess. It's got a lot more character. This is one of my favorite pickups this year, without a shadow of a doubt. Spicebomb Night Vision, the Eau de Parfum. Now, you want pure class in a bottle, at least as far as boozy sweet tobaccos go. This is pure class in a bottle. It's Argos, Triumph of Bacchus. This is a gorgeous fragrance. The peach really comes out. Oh, there it is. In the opening to me, with that rum and tobacco, there's a little bit of undertone spice, but it's mainly that peach. I get a little bit of sweetness. It's not overly sweet. And that rum and tobacco. Beautiful, gorgeous scent. As gorgeous as this beautiful bottle. Look at this. Look at that glass base. It's outrageous, the quality. This is a metal placard. Metal plaque that's on the bottle. Beautiful, beautiful presentation. The boxes, 2 boxes, by the way. There's a sleeve and another magnetic flip top box. They spared no expense when it came to the presentation, and the same thing goes with the quality of the juice inside this bottle. This is a must try from Argos. From what I was told by a subscriber a few days ago, that they are sold out online. I'm not sure if they have restocked over the last few days. I did not check, shame on me, before this video, but there's always a link down below if you want to get your hands on some of the carded samples or check them out. They do have some cool stuff in the works for you guys to look out for. but this is definitely a must try, especially for the holiday season coming up. And if you like boozy tobaccos, this is one of the best boozy tobaccos. That's Argos Triumph of Bacchus. I sure love blue fragrances. That is no secret to anybody that's watched more than just a few of my videos. And this is one of my favorite blue fragrances to come out this year. It got its share of hype here and there. I actually did a full review on this with my buddy Sam Broom. Shout out to you, Sam. I'll put that video right here if you guys haven't seen that video yet. It's Ferragamo from Salvatore Ferragamo. Haven't been wearing it much lately. I always have stuff going on. I always have stuff I'm testing. There's things that get lost in the shuffle. And man, this one's been getting lost in the shuffle, and I really, really do enjoy this one, guys. I'm telling you, for 30 bucks, it's a really good fragrance. It's a very good performer. It's not a beast, but it's definitely not weak. It's slightly above average. It projects pretty well. It doesn't smell exactly like every other blue fragrance. It's definitely a blue fragrance that's going to remind you of a few things, but it kind of does its own thing. It's got that green herbaceousness. It's got some sage going for it, violet leaf. A lot of things to kind of make it its own blue fragrance and go its own route. One of the best cheapies you can get, in my opinion, especially if you're looking for something that's versatile that can work in any situation. Ferragamo from Salvatore Ferragamo was a fantastic release for this year, beginning of the year, and I'm super happy to have it. This is definitely one of my favorite pickups. Now look, there's a lot of fragrances from this house that could have went right here, but I felt like I really wanted to highlight the one that excited me the most. From the early on in the year, around the time the pandemic hit, I had heard about this upcoming release. I was shown the note breakdown, the perfumer, and things like that, and I was very excited. It was killing me to wait, because we had to wait a long time for this, because you know the way the world was, it slowed down. Everything's still slow getting materials, but this fragrance was worth the wait, in my opinion. I think it's one of the best releases of this year. Everybody needs to sample it, in my opinion, and test it out for themselves. It's from Kajal Perfumes. I'm talking about Lamar. Let me get it to where it shines, that name. There we go. Got to see the ring light for it too. But this is such a highly reflective paint on this bottle, and it's a fingerprint magnet. But the beauty of this fragrance is, man, marigold. The marigold really jumps out to me. The marigold and the rose, and I get a lot of the pineapple that's in here off of my skin. If you're looking for a really good pineapple fragrance that does not smell like Hasselblad or Aventus, and you like florals, this might be it for you. There's a nice undertone of spice. There's a little bit of ambroxan in the background, and I don't mean much, just a little touch in the background. It's mostly the rose and the marigold, and you get some pineapple. And there's a little bit of woodiness in the background for the dry down. It's powerful, it's versatile, it's a very easy wear. If you go easy on the trigger, you can definitely wear this one in the summer. Fantastic for spring, fall, and definitely for winter as well. It's powerful enough for that. Definitely a must try. Look, I got a lot of Kajal fragrances this year. This is definitely my favorite, without a shadow of a doubt. Runner up, ooh, that's a tough one, between Dahab, Solage, and Kajal EDP. You know what I mean? Like, they really got some good stuff. You guys need to check out these discovery sets in the link below and try some of the collections. Get some really good, unique fragrances, especially stuff like Lamar. No doubt this is one of my favorite pickups. This is a must for anybody over 30 that likes masculine scents, in my opinion. Really and truly. Yeah, a younger buck can wear this one. Don't think when I say that, you know, a 20-year-old can't pull this off. Absolutely. Anybody can wear anything that they want to. Prime example, I got a bunch of floral fragrances that are marketed for the ladies that I absolutely love to wear with a big smile on my face. This is very masculine, though. It's boozy, it's woody, it's Pasha de Cartier Parfum. One of the best designer releases of 2020, in my opinion. Oh, man. This is some good stuff, guys. I did a full review on this one actually in my office months and months ago. This is a great fragrance. It's got that parfum type of projection where it's a little heavy up top, but as it starts to settle in, it's got a nice moderate scent bubble. It stays very consistent for several hours. Like, it never seems to get weaker for a long time. You know what I mean? Like, it pushes up front, then it gets a little bit closer, and it kind of just stays for hours and hours. I love that about parfum concentrations. When they are done right, It's my favorite concentration, bar none. Because I don't have to have, you know, as soon as I walk in the room and the fan's rolling, you can smell me from 15 feet away. I don't have to have that. With this, it's when I walk in the room and I get within a few feet of you, you're gonna smell me, and I can smell me very easily as well. That's the sweet spot for me. 8 to 10 hours with a moderate scent bubble that sticks around for a long time. And you absolutely get that from Pasha de Cartier Parfum, one of my favorite pickups of 2020. Until further notice, this is my favorite fragrance from Happy Land Studios. I've featured it a few times recently. I've worn it a few times recently. It's very, very good, sweet, boozy fragrance. It's El Gudo. Very, very gudo. Telling you, must try. It's a little raw in the dry down, has a little bit of a smokiness to it. It's kind of a grape apple brandy smell up top. That's what your opening is going to be all about. It's not overly masculine. I actually had a lady in the comments ask me last time I talked about it if she could pull it off. Sample it. Might be a little too masculine for some, but I can't see why a lady can't pull this off if she's into sweet boozy fragrances. It's not overly masculine. Anybody that wants to wear anything, I just advise you to sample it first, because you never know. You may love it, you may hate it. But in this instance, get the sample pack from Happy Land Studios. You'll get all 17 fragrances. Use code STAYSAFE25, get 25% off. You can try everything. That way you can say, all right, well, I definitely have to buy these 3 or these 4 next time I make an order. That's the best route to go with Happy Land Studio and El Gudo, in my opinion. Just like Paisley Sky, Green Irish Tobacco, Amberland. There's so many good offerings. This is a must try. Very happy to have El Gudo. Now the video's starting to run a little longer than I'd like it to, so these last 2 I'm going to talk about together, and these are the 2 most recent full reviews that I have done. As a matter of fact, it's Amouage, Enclave from the Renaissance collection, and Spirit of Kings, Matar. So we'll talk about Enclave first. Enclave. I love the spearmint and cardamom in this fragrance. It's a monster off of my skin too. One of the most powerful fresh fragrances I've ever smelled. It's fresh, but not too fresh because of the spearmint. It's got that nice sweet spiciness going on for it. Very beautiful fragrance. Another one that is a must try. This is a must try. I do plan on getting my hands on Meander after the move. I don't want to run the risk of it coming in because of shipping times and everything, because I am moving in about a week. So I will be getting Meander because Enclave is so good and made such a strong impression on me. I have to try the other men's release from this collection, because if this one's this good, Meander must be just as good, maybe even better, who knows. You have to try this one, in my opinion, Amouage Enclave. And then with Spirit of Kings Matar, it's a niche fragrance. They use high quality oils, beautiful presentation, beautiful atomizer, and it's a smoky batch of Creed Aventus. It's an old batch. Which batch, I can't tell you, because I've only smelled a few batches, namely my 19S11 Fruity Pineapple batch that I have. But this is an older style smoky batch of Aventus. I know there's a ton of ways to smell like Aventus, whether it be clones, designer inspired by fragrances. This is a niche clone essentially, but it's niche. Keep that in mind. It is a niche fragrance. The quality is there, and it is a spot on rendition of a smoky batch of Aventus. I am super happy to have this one as well. Spirit of Kings Matar. Well guys, obviously there's a lot more fragrances that could have went in here, but the video's already running 20 minutes. I know I could sit here and make an hour-long video, probably close to it anyways, of all of the fragrances that I'm so happy to have gotten my hands on this year, because there's a lot of great things that have shown up in my mailbox or left a store in a bag in my possession. And until next time, do me a real quick favor, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. Do appreciate all the feedback. I love hearing from you guys. How many of you picked up some of these fragrances? Let me know which ones that were in this video that you picked up this year or you got your nose on, and tell me how you feel about them. And until next time, I will say, if you get your hands on any of these fragrances, you give them a spray now, pretty confident you'll thank me later. Have a good one, guys.